We're good?
We're good.
Ooh. Man, that's spicy.
Spicy meatball.
Spicy nutsack.
You got the spicy ball in
Yeah.
the Italiano market.
I got a spicy nutsack. I stretch it over your face.
Yeah. Just stretch it.
And man, someone did that to you? Like when you
What?
were asleep?
Oh, dude. That would have been a fight. I've seen that. Like, I've seen people do that shit.
My friend one sleepover, he fell asleep. And we hot Carled him.
Yeah.
Which is when you put a piece of saran wrap over the guy's face and you take a dump on his face.
Oh, no. You fucking did that to someone?
Bro, and he like sat up and the shit rolled off on his chest. And he was like, what the fuck?
Oh, my God, dude. Like, if someone did that to me, I'd go fucking ballistic.
I jumped on the floor and pretended I was sleeping. And he's like, I know you're not fucking sleeping. And he threw the shit in my pool.
Fuck, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, I was in college, you know, like, people fucking did shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like they would do, like, the Roman helmet.
What's the Roman helmet?
Where they do, like, the balls on your eyes and penis down your nose.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah.
Dude, it was fucking...
That is such a white person thing to do.
I know. And it's just like... I never did that shit, so I was like hoping it never got done to me. Because like, dude, there was one time I was like sleeping at my friend's house, and they just like this one kid just kept spraying cologne in my face.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, and I guess I was like snoring.
Yeah.
You know, like we were fucking wasted, and we were about to go to sleep, and then I started snoring. So they're spraying cologne in my face, and like. Two of the guys there I was like really close with, and then there was like another guy that I didn't really like. So I attacked the guy that like I didn't like, and like turns out it was like one of my really good friends. I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
It was just dark, and you're like, "You."
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I was just I actually like double legged them through a futon. Like the fucking thing just fell out. It was
I got taped to a couch in college, like
dude.
completely cocooned.
That's rough.
I was like,
How'd you get out?
oh, they eventually got me out, but they sat there and laughed at me for a while. And I was like, fuck,
dude. People are so mean while you're sleeping. Like I would like leave those type of parties,
yeah,
just because like I didn't want to catch any of that.
There's a certain role that you play to like okay, you're in a group like that, like a group of people that like to do that. You got to either A, be the guy doing it, so you like become the leader,
right?
Or B, like kind of what you did, like kind of laugh, but stay in this limbo area, where you're not on their radar to get fucked with.
You know, it's always funny, but it's just like I just would not, dude. Like someone fucking like dunked their balls in my mouth. Would fucking not be a good situation for me.
Guys, this isn't good for me.
Yeah, this isn't like Dunkaroos, bro.
It's yeah, dude. Like or because if you're the bitch of the group, you're getting fucked with.
Yeah, for sure.
You're getting fucked with. We had this guy Burns, and we just fucked with Burns.
Oh, he was like the guy.
It was like him and this other guy Aaron, and we would just fuck with them,
torture him.
My one time I was sitting, I wasn't sleeping, so like I was like, it was like the TV here and then the end of the bed here. So I was like sitting up against the end of the bed, but all my friends were behind me.
Yeah.
And they thought that I was sleeping. And my one friend took plaster. He couldn't find any powder. So
my God.
So he took plaster.
Yeah.
And he fucking wrapped around and whacked me right in the face, but my eyes were wide open. And I was just like, oh, fuck.
Oh, man. And like plaster, like once it gets wet, like.
Dude, I mean, it was so hard to get out.
Yeah.
And
oh, my God.
Stung so bad. And my dad was like, why would you fucking do that to him?
Yeah.
And he's like, I thought he was sleeping.
Oh, my God. Yo, these people are relentless. There was one kid in high school. He had a party. It was actually the kid that sprayed cologne in my face. Mm-hmm. And he had a party, and he passed out on his couch. And, like, the party was, like, going crazy, you know? Like, there was, like, a lot of people.
That's a bad move.
Yeah, and like fucking the cops. Well, this one like older kid, like there was a mix of like older kids like my grade. So like this one like bigger dude on the football team, he starts coloring in this guy Tim's face. So like, but he had an orange Sharpie and a black Sharpie.
Oh shit!
So he covered like his whole face orange and drew like black whiskers and like stripes,
like a cat.
Yeah, like a cat. So like he finishes like, you know, he does half the face, and we're like, dude, like fuck, like we got to get the other half.
Yeah.
So like the kid fucking Tim is just like so dumb and drunk. He just like says something like, guys, stop fucking with me, and then he rolls over so we could complete the fucking tiger face.
Oh my god.
And then the cops show up, and the cops are like, you guys fucking gotta keep it down. All right, party's gone. So like fucking my friend Tim like wakes up, he's like, oh, this is my house. And the cop's like, sit down, son, you're a fucking cat. See, he was like, what? Like, what the fuck are you saying? And he's just got whiskers and like an orange face.
That's fucking so funny.
I couldn't believe he like got up like so serious, like, listen, officers, like this is my house. Like,
sit down, like son, you're a fucking cat.
You're a fucking kitten, dude.
Black guys don't fuck around like that.
Oh no.
No, never fuck with a black guy when he's sleeping.
Like white people shit.
Yeah, dude, you will get punched in the face.
Yeah,
like on sight immediately.
For sure.
There was one time I was with my friend Leon. We didn't have anything to do, so we were like just driving around drinking.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we did that like on Hempstead Turnpike.
Yeah.
Like cruising the pike. It was called.
We would just like hit the residential streets.
Right.
And just, you know, like no one's like there's no cars on the road.
Yeah, no.
So eventually we parked and we killed like 2 4 Locos.
Oh, 4 Locos.
2 4 Locos each, and then we passed out till fucking dawn. And a cop was like, and he was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" And we're like, "Oh shit, it's the morning."
Yeah.
And then so I'm talking to the cop. My friend Leon's passed out.
Right.
And he was like, "All right, I'm gonna go wake up your friend." I was like, "No, don't wake up my friend, dude."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm a fucking police officer. I'm gonna wake him up." And I'm like, "I'm telling you right now, like, let me wake him up."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No," and he like kept poking my friend Leon, and my friend Leon started swinging at the cop, and like immediately got arrested.
Oh man, that's so shitty, dude.
I was like, "Dude, don't wake him up. I'm telling you right now, don't do that."
Oh, that's so shitty. Because like, yeah, I've done stuff like that. Like, there was one time like I fucking like overdosed bad, and I got hit with a Narcan.
Oh,
and
shit.
like there were just all these people around me, and I had no idea what was going on. And I just started swinging at like the EMTs and cops and stuff, and like they were fucking so mad at me. And I was just like you guys are like in my face, you know, like. And it's just like once you wake up from that like dead sleep, and there's fucking someone you don't know, it's like your instincts like take over.
What does it feel like when you OD? Do you feel like I'm dying? Do you know, like you're gonna die?
No. It's kind of like you like almost instantly like pass out, you know, and then then you get hit with the Narcan, and that's horrible. That stuff like really, it's like fucks with your system, you know.
What does Narcan feel like?
So like they have like these things like they like spray in your nose, and so like your nose is like all fucked up, you know, and then like you kind of like are jarred awake, like almost like you get hit with like an adrenaline needle, you know, so like the high is like ripped from you. You kind of like go almost like right into withdrawals. And like it's really rough. So like your brain's getting fucked with. It's like tough to breathe because like they just shoved all that shit in your like passage, and you know it's really rough. You get like really cold. You like are dry heaving. You know it's rough.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. That's why I was like. There's been a couple times where people like called the ambulance on me, and I was just like, dude, just let me fucking sleep it off. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
I believe like I wasn't ODing. I was unresponsive, but I was like fucking, sleeping basically.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have woken up eventually, but like people that see that shit, they're like, "Oh my god, gotta call the ambulance."
And like, would you say that's where people die, is in that sleep?
Yeah, for sure. Like the big thing is like if you're really overdosing, like the way Jimi Hendrix died, like you start like throwing up in your sleep. And like if you're like on your back, you'll drown in like your own vomit.
Fuck.
That's how Hendrix went.
That's just like no way to go.
Yeah, so
what do you think you're worse?
You kind of like learn to sleep on your side.
Yeah.
So if that happens, you live.
I feel like I sleep in my stomach.
Yeah, like
just like naturally.
I don't know if that would work, like if you're just like throwing up and you're but
it's in your eyes, dude. It's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
What would you say you like the worst way to go out? Like, what would you not? Like, how would you
not want to die?
How would you most not want to go out?
I don't know. Something like that has to do with like confined spaces. Like I get really claustrophobic, and that scares the fuck out of me. Like I don't know, like if I was in like Buried Alive, like that would like fucking that would be like such mental torture before you go out.
I'd probably say eaten by a shark.
Yeah, that would be horrible too.
Because you wouldn't just die immediately.
Yeah, you'd have like a limb ripped off, and
Oh my god, man,
that would be terrible.
Like,
I think ODing, like if you don't drown in your vomit, like you just like fall out. Like I think that would be almost one of the better ways to die, because you're just like you kind of just like get that euphoria, and then you're out.
You probably just like drift off into nothing.
Yeah.
And then just die.
That's what I believe would happen.
I hear freezing to death is kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, freezing to death is like hypothermia. Like there's a lot of like weird symptoms with that. Like people like start ripping off their own clothes because you start getting like really hot. Like or you think you're hot. And like you kind of get like a little like insane for a little bit.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Like I heard drowning, like you actually like when you finally like inhale the water, you get like a euphoric feeling before you're fucking out. So it's like you're not like being tortured like fucking getting ripped apart by a shark or like a bear. Like those are rough ways.
I heard bears eat you from the feet up.
Really?
That's what I heard,
dude. That's their preference.
Yeah. That's their preference.
Yeah, fucking, they're like foot fetish guys.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna start at your feet. I'm a bear.
I'm a big bear.
I'm a big hairy bear.
Pull those tootsies out.
I'm gonna get at those piggies.
Make patty noises on my head with them.
Yeah. I'm a big bear.
Yeah. Shove that foot up my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Stick it up my bare ass.
Play with my bear balls. Because I'm a bear. Play with my bear balls while I tickle your feet.
Yeah, put him in my bear mouth. Let me suck on him.
Yeah. Let me get him on my tongue.
I'm a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, call me the bear.
Oh my god, dude. I'd fucking like, yo, you're not gonna believe I was fucking killed by this sexual bear.
Yeah, you get to heaven, everyone's sharing the story, and you're like, I don't want to tell.
Like, oh, you were killed by a bear? Well, I was raped first.
Yeah, I was a fucking. The bear really let me have it. Dude, I was like split open.
That bear was going to town.
Yeah, he was fucking.
He was fucking
Oh
the
my
shit out of me, dude. Imagine you went camping and you were like, oh no, a fucking bear, dude.
Oh, yeah, there's the bear. And he's like in a corner, like getting all creepy.
You get tackled by a bear and you get fucked by a bear and he doesn't eat you. And
your family's just watching like, what the fuck?
Dad,
oh my god.
No. This bear's really into it.
Run. You gotta run.
Save yourself.
You're gonna get it next. Oh.
Dad, no. Not Dad. Dad's getting fucked by this bear.
Oh, he's hitting my male G-spot. Run, honey. I'm coming.
I can't stop coming.
Can't stop coming.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. That'd be fucking ridiculous. Dude. Well, they say that that dolphins like have raped people.
Yes, yeah, I heard that.
They say they're like some of the only species that like have sex for fun.
Yeah. And like the dolphins kind of like they'll bring you down like to like this rape cave.
Damn. So you're drowning when they're raping you.
Yeah, like they're like bringing you under the water and like they like go into these caves or something. I heard it was like dolphins are like really fucking creepy because they're like really smart, you know.
I mean, yeah. Imagine having sex with someone with beady eyes like that.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "Oh, stop looking at me with your beady ass eyes."
You know, in the dolphins, like they're like, like that sound.
do that dolphin laugh. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You're like, no. A bear and a dolphin in 1 week. Oh, I'm calling out of work.
Yeah. I'm calling it sick Monday.
I'm begging out of work for a week. This is ridiculous.
What a week I'm having.
Like you meet the girl of your dreams and she's perfect. And you're like, oh, this is fantastic. And she loves to hike, and you're like, no, I don't do outdoors.
Oh, no.
Why? Every time I go outdoors, I get raped by an animal.
She's like, honey, you want to go to SeaWorld? And you're like, you just have like Vietnam flashbacks.
No. We can swim with the dolphins. No.
No.
Oh, my God, dude.
Those sickos. Dude, I wonder what like a dolphin dick looks like.
Let's pull that up. Can we pull that up, what a dolphin penis looks like?
Because like, I don't know. I'm picturing like a duck. You ever see a duck's dick?
Oh, yeah. It's fucking weird.
It's like spiral.
We pulling up dolphin penises?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Look at that picture. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like,
you know, it's funny. You know, it's funny though. Like you see a dolphin swimming around with a dick just like floating in the ocean, like this big ass dong.
Yeah, dude, he's just like hard as a rock when he sees you.
You ever see a cat dick? Cat dicks are barbed.
Cat dicks?
That's like the ultimate like raper.
They're barred. Oh yeah. I did.
Because they go in and then they don't.
That's
come
why
out.
the cats fucking scream if you ever hear them have sex. Like, dude, like that'll wake you up.
I've never seen a cat have sex.
No, I don't think anyone has. I don't think anyone has. Cats are fucking creepy. Like,
dude.
Oh God, there it is. That's an orca. Dude, he's got like a red rocket, like a dog.
Yo, that's him just coming out of the water like, hey, look at my dick.
Hey, check this out. Yeah, they're like fucking construction workers, like catcalling. Hey, check this out. Look at this. Look what I got going here. Hey, honey, you want a piece of this?
You're on like a family boat cruise, like at
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
This time,
You're like paid to go whale watching.
This time of night, they are known to jump out of the water and just like,
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we didn't expect a male to jump out. We didn't expect a male to be here.
Yeah. Oh my God. The males are like Italian construction workers.
All whale males are just Italian.
Yeah.
They're just Italian guys.
That's exactly what it is.
You're like, yeah. Saying ridiculous shit. We were the real slaves.
Yeah.
You're like, shut up, dude. Shut up.
Yeah, we were slaves too, but we don't get no reparations.
You're like, shut up, dude. Just go back to being an iron worker.
Yeah. Just go back to your deli.
Yeah, just go lift a big piece of steel. And then just you put on a fucking velour shoes on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just like a fucking stupid idiot. Oh, what do you mean? I've been working all week. I cook when I come home.
What do you mean here?
I cook when I come home. It makes me
cook.
feel.
I get the mozzarella.
That's what I do.
You fucking idiot. Just say the word right.
You know what I hate? What they do? They're like, I'm going to do this thing for you, even though you didn't ask, but now you owe me a thing.
Now you owe me some prosciutto.
I'm like,
it's like, just say the fucking word.
I'm like, I didn't ask you to do the thing in the first place.
Right.
So how am I in owe to you? I'm just going to take it and say thank you.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to set you up with my guy.
They love being the guy.
Yeah. I got the guy. And like, they're the guy that has the guy. They don't do fucking anything. They're just like a piece of garbage.
It'd be really funny. Like, just a room full of Italian middlemen.
Oh my God!
Like nobody gets anything. I know a guy. Yeah, I know a guy who knows.
I know a guy. That would be like a great game show.
Yeah, it's like, hey, did we ever get that? Did we ever get those drugs?
Yeah, no.
We're still looking.
We're still looking. We're still looking here.
I gotta call my guy. And he's gotta call his guy.
I gotta call a guy. He's gonna call a guy. I don't know.
And by the next, and then we'll finally get it by October of 26.
Yeah, dude. Ah, God. They're just like, I hate that, like that where they do that thing with the words, like the meats and stuff, like gabagool. Yeah. It's like it's capicola, man.
Oh, he's gabagool. So gabagool is capicola?
I think so, right? Does anyone know for sure?
I don't know.
I thought like because I like read shit off the menu and I'm like, like, oh, what is this? And they're like, oh, that's prosciutto. Yeah. And I'm like, that doesn't line up with what the fucking menu says. You gotta get the mozzarella and the gabagool.
I can never do the.
They just sound ridiculous.
Like when you're dating an Italian girl, I can never do the Sundays because they're just like, so are you gonna marry my daughter? I'm like, brother, I'm hungover, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck about this fucking loud dinner.
Yeah, especially like those Italians. Oh yeah, loud dinner.
I don't care about the loud dinner.
Yeah, dude, they're very loud.
It's always at like 5 o'clock. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
5.
Like the mother's been working in the kitchen like since 11.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
I make the gravy.
Yeah,
make the gravy from scratch. Will you get your sauce from a can?
I make the gravy and I pour it on my tits.
I pour it on my slappy, hairy tits. This Italian sauce that I make from scratch. Your mother doesn't do this. Your mother.
I sneezed in it.
Your mother doesn't do this like this. She doesn't pour her sauce on a hairy Italian tits.
Like, what is your mother doing in there?
She's dancing to Sinatra.
With
pouring sauce all over her naked body. That's what Mom does on Sundays. Well, me and Pop, we just watch the game. we ignore Mom. She's getting a little loosey-goosey in there.
I mean, I'm never coming over again.
never. Yeah, there she is. Fucking.
Oh, who's this?
That's Nona. That's my Nona. She taught Mom about the saucy tits.
Oh my God.
That's passed down. That's third generation.
She needs to learn how I learned from my mother. And how she learned from her mother.
Oh my god, dude! God. Like when I first like met Marissa too, like this is like a little.
Oh yeah, she's Gaspari, right?
Yeah. She's Italian, but they're not like real like that type of Italian.
Yeah,
you know, like they don't say the fucking capo whatever.
They don't like. Yeah, they don't do that when they cross a church.
But when I first met her, it's funny is like it's a little gay though. I was like trying to like hold her hand, like in public, and I couldn't because she's just like fucking telling me stories like it's a fucking Vogue show. Yeah, and she's got her hands all over the place. I'm like, can you fucking settle down?
Damn, you know who else does that? Brazilians.
Oh, they do that with the hands?
Yeah, I've been in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Fucking like all over the place.
Yeah, I've done jiu-jitsu for over 10 years, and they're just very like. I'm like, what if you guys
looks like an ASL bullshit.
Yeah, you would be the worst people to like hijack a plane.
Ah, totally.
Just like, hey, we're gonna go here and then do it, and boom.
We're gonna do this, and we're gonna go over there, and then we're gonna come back here,
and then the bomb, boom. I'd be like, settle down.
Yeah, dude. Like it's like they're just on like Adderall or something. Like,
yeah,
they're just fucking insane. Like with the hand movements.
Dude, I wish Adderall affected me like people who don't have ADHD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Like, what does Adderall do for you?
I think if you don't have ADHD and you take Adderall, it feels like you're on Coke.
Yeah.
Like a better Coke. And I want that.
Yeah, that like happens to me when I do Adderall.
I want that because then I can have that feeling and not do blow. You know? Like, that'd be cool.
It's like a cleaner...
It's high. Just and it lasts way longer, I would imagine, because when I do Adderall, like I definitely have energy, but it's like it's more of like a constructive energy. Like, like let's sit down and fucking bang out this stuff, and that's what we're gonna do. And which is cool, but it's like, man. And if you're an ADHD guy and you take Adderall, like good luck trying to do something artistic. It's not gonna happen.
Dude, I fucking took Adderall like last summer, and it fucks me up. It's kind of like a coke high, but like you're also like just so focused and dialed in. Like I cleaned my room, I washed my car, like I fucking was like banging out chores, and like dude, I just had like this like pep in my step where it's like, let's accomplish all the things I've been putting off, because I'm like a procrastinator. I'm like, let's wait till last minute, like, whatever.
Most of us are.
Yeah, I hate that about me too. And it's just like, I just keep putting it off. But like when I'm on Adderall, like, it's like I'm banging out everything, you know, and it's weird. Like I almost feel like I should be prescribed that, because like, my life gets better when I'm on it.
You should. I mean, you probably should.
Yeah, it's weird, but like, I don't know. Doctors like don't prescribe narcotics to me anymore.
Oh, they wouldn't give you an Adderall?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think they like really give me anything. I feel like it's just like on my chart that I'm like an addict. Yeah. I think once you go to like rehab for like the first time, like your chart just has like a red stamp on it, like do not give him anything.
It's because a bad man.
Yeah, because like I used to be like prescribed Xanax and Ambien,
Wow.
And like that, it was great, Like I would when I was getting like panic attacks, I'd take like a Xanax. Fucking, I was sleeping like a baby every night, and then like. After like my first rehab, they're like, all right, we're going to give you trazodone and Vistarol, like non-narcotic bullshit. And like the Vistarol, like that doesn't work,
Yeah.
But like trazodone for sleep, trazodone's good. But you get a boner every time.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you have a girlfriend, that next morning is probably pretty rad.
Yeah, you definitely get hard from trazodone.
It's pretty.
But like the anti-anxiety meds you get that are non-narcotic, like just don't work. That tea looks dark, man.
Yeah, it's getting me all twitchy, and I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I like getting all amped point. Up. I water it down like this.
Oh yeah.
Just so I'm not too crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Sometimes I've always been twitchy with my hands ever since I was like 9th grade.
Right.
But like sometimes it has to be different. Sometimes I get like neck twitches. Sometimes I get like face twitches. It's like I probably look crazy.
Yeah, but a little bit.
But you know what, dude? I like twitching. I like getting
Who doesn't like getting a little twitchy?
I like getting all crazy. I like twitching and getting all crazy.
This fucking guy, he's crazy, man. Look at him. Look at his crazy face. This guy is crazy.
Sometimes I get all crazy in the car. Take my shirt off at the mall because I'm crazy. Crazy.
Hey, fucking crazy boy.
We're gonna, dude. I'm in. You know what? I'm actually really happy.
Yeah.
I'm on a pretty slap happy mood,
Yeah,
and I can
me
feel
too.
that you're on the same level.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm
It's,
very, doing a little physical comedy today.
Yeah, dude. This is probably the silliest episode.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
By far.
What is that like? What do you think happens in your brain for you to like
Get there.
get in that flow state of being slap happy?
I feel like it's like like maybe like an extra shot of fucking dopamine or serotonin or something.
Because you can't be taking too much of this as I twitch on the glass.
Yeah.
You can't be taking too much of this. Any upper negates any chance of. You gotta kind of just be like loose.
Loosey goose.
Yeah, you gotta be loosey goose.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to like the team, man. I can't fucking do it. I can't, it just leads me right back to the darkness.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Well, man, not your thing.
Yeah, well, I enjoy it. But it definitely was giving me like that opiate high, and then it's just like I was like really drinking like a growler.
Yeah.
Like I started like I just got like one glass of tea, and like that was it, and then it was like, all right, let me get two, and it just started like ramping up like real quick,
and you're like, let me make a call.
yeah, exactly, dude. That's exactly what happened like last year, and I was like, oh fuck.
It's when I was in Italy, I didn't have this,
Yeah,
and I think like because I was never a downer guy, I was always an upper guy,
right.
So I never dealt with a withdrawal of any
Yeah.
kind. And I was in Italy for like, I'll say 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
And
that'll do it, man.
and 4 or 5 days without this.
Yeah.
I got like 2 hours of scattery sleep.
Oh yeah, that's the worst part.
And I was just like, what the fuck is happening to me right now?
That's
Like it
the
felt
worst
like
part.
an itch almost that I couldn't itch. And it was
Yeah.
just like radiating down my arms. And I was just getting up and I would get like
Yeah.
20 minutes of sleep at a time. Like, what the fuck is happening?
We getting like hot and cold too.
Not hot and cold, but like I was just restless as fuck.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? And I was like, oh, you haven't had your tea in like
Right.
4 days.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the symptoms, Like when I would hop off, like the sleep is the worst because it's like once you get it in your head and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'll be feeling okay after like a week, or like like 10 days, 14 days, maybe, like you get it in your head, but like all you want to do is like hit like the fast forward button and like just get to that mark. So it's like you try sleeping a lot, and like the first couple days you can, but then like you're just up, like perpetually up. You get like, maybe after like 2 weeks you start getting like 3 hours a night, and you're like well rested. That's the worst part. But then like I would get like hot and cold, so it's like I'm like in the room with the air conditioner on. It's like, oh my god, I'm fucking freezing. So you like get under the blanket, all of a sudden you're fucking sweating through your shirt, and it's just like that goes back and forth. You're just like I would just get like not hungry, and I would like lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, you would drop a lot of weight. I remember.
I would drop a lot of weight like during that like 2 week span. I'd probably only be like eating 500 calories like a day.
What, you're just not hungry?
Yeah, just not hungry. You get fucking like nauseous. Some people like throw up a lot. I was never really like that. Like, same with like diarrhea.
Yeah, it's just your body's probably just trying to get it out.
Yeah. You just like flushing that fucking shit out. The key is to like just drink a lot of water and fucking just like piss it out as fast as possible. But what helps too is like if you do crack.
Yeah.
No, like another drug. Like most of the times, like that, I would like get off of like hard shit. I would just use it like another drug for like 2 weeks and like not like get physically addicted to it, and then just like give it up, and it's like you're kind of past. You know, like the withdrawals, you know.
That's what I was doing in Italy. I was just drinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to do something here because this is just, I mean, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. The danger, you know, is you just, you know, get hooked on something else. But, like, that kind of, like, gets you through, like, horrible withdrawals if you need it in a pinch. I don't recommend doing it, but there's...
Because I feel like you've never been, like, a Coke guy. Like
no,
you liked your fun, but it wasn't a thing for you.
Yeah, I like doing it when I'm out with like my friends, but like, dude, like there's been time where I like did coke like alone. Yeah, and I'm like, this isn't great.
Oh yeah, know? So well, the thing with me when I was doing it, I talked to myself heavy.
Oh yeah, I talk to myself a lot.
So I'm completely fine with being alone.
Yeah,
I'm just like, all right, sweet, like I'm alone.
Yeah, I just feel like I have too much energy just to like be by myself.
Yeah. Or I'll go do things like I would like go to the mall.
Yeah,
you know, or I would go to like grocery shopping. Just like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Start a convo with someone at the car wash.
That's kind of like how I would get on Adderall, so that makes sense. But like, I would just never do that on coke. I'm just like, you know, I'm alone. I'm fucking geeked out of my skull.
Well, that's
let
normal.
me play video games. You know,
it's normal not to build a life around coke.
yeah, I guess so.
Like some people.
Yeah,
like myself.
Yeah, but
that stops though eventually. Because eventually you do more and more and more, and then you're like unresponsive.
Right.
Like your mind's moving too quick, so you can't have conversations. And then you're like, oh, this is bad. Like this is now things are getting fucking strange.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, all right, dude, like we need to fucking
we need to do something.
We need to start working on this.
Yeah. It like the program says, if the pain is great enough, like then you'll change. You know.
That's just
the pain needs to outweigh the benefit of the drug.
That's just the rule with anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're tired of what you're doing in life,
right?
You're tired of this thing that you do, then you'll fucking change. If not, you won't.
Yeah, and something's got to hit you, like, you know, like the rock bottom. I don't like using that term because like there's been plenty of times where I thought I hit a rock bottom and it got so much worse.
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of crazy. You know, like fucking 2013 when I got the DWI in the fucking papers, I thought like, oh, this is my rock bottom, you know, and then it's like, I don't know, like I fucking ended up like homeless, like, you know, a couple years later, and like it got like a lot worse, you know.
Homeless is a rock bottom, for sure. Sleeping outside.
Me and my ex were sleeping in a car, and it was rough for like, you know, I don't know, like a month or something, 3 months. And like we were like
Jesus.
We would bounce around, like there'd be like on payday, because I was still working, you know. On payday I'd get like a hotel for the night so we could like fucking shower and stuff, you know. It was rough. But like then still, like, you know, I did that, and then it's just like, you know, a couple of years later you're off to it again. And then like an overdose hits, and it's like, oh man, this is my rock bottom. You know, like it just could keep getting worse forever. But like really, it's when like the pain is just like overwhelming. You know, like you're just like, I've had enough.
Yeah,
you know?
I think I hit 30, and I was like embarrassed that like this thing that I've been doing for 10 years, like I had nothing to show for it.
Right,
and I was just like, you do like, and I think there's also a thing.
You start thinking about like all the money you lost.
Oh,
like,
I didn't even think about that. I would have fucking lost my mind.
Dude, I did that.
But there was, it's like you get to a point where you're like, I think when you hit 30, you realize how fast 10 years can go.
Yeah.
And it fucking freaks you out. You're like, oh, I remember like ways of thinking and conversations word for word from 10 years ago.
Right.
And I'm like, well, dude, if you're still doing this and it's ramping up, like how fast do you think the next 10 years is going to go? And that scared the shit out of me. And I was like, you know, and also, you know, Coke wasn't what it was anymore. Like, you know, like just for me. And I was like, we got to start working on this shit. And then pandemic ended. And I was like, all right, You know, I use pandemic as like a way to like get it out of my system.
Right.
Because there's always like that thought in your head, like, oh, if I didn't have work tomorrow, this would be cooler. Or, oh, if I had some more money to get some more, this would be cooler.
Yeah.
And then pandemic hit, and I didn't have work tomorrow. I didn't have work any day.
Right.
And I had all the money in the world coming to me. I was living with my parents. I wasn't paying bills.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, you want to do this? Go do it. Go get after it. Go get it. Go take it to the highest extent. And then I did it, and it was just like, is this any life that you want to live?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, pandemic was rough for me. I relapsed during that time. I was actually clean, and like once I got sent home from work, I stopped by the liquor store, and I had like 4 bottles of scotch that I brought in to my house, and my mom was like, "What the fuck are you planning?"
Yeah.
You know? Like, so I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna be by myself, you know. And I started like drinking, and then like playing like Call of Duty, which a lot of people started doing, and like I'd play with like my boys, and you know, I was just drinking, like they were drinking at their house, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And so like that happened, but then I started fucking getting shit off the dark web.
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
Yeah, and it was just like I was getting like the mailman became my dealer. And it was just like I was getting everything sent to my house.
You think he knew?
Nah, I don't think so. You know, because sometimes it just comes like, you know, like a UPS package. Sometimes it's like regular mail. Like,
Coke in here.
Yeah. You know, sometimes the package would get, you know, flagged. But like, you know, I could always just deny it. Like, oh, yeah, one of my neighbors probably did it, you know, and did my address, and they would take the package. You know, so it's like really like tough to get caught unless you're like buying weight. You know, then
like pounds.
Yeah, then if you get flagged, you're fucked. But like you know, like a small amount, like the cops are like, oh, this is just a user. Like you're not gonna go like going after me won't bring down the dark web.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
like,
yeah, it's just we could do other things.
Exactly.
I remember one of my times. I wouldn't say it's my rock bottom. I don't think I ever hit a rock bottom because I had great friends and family around me.
Right. Which
prolonged it, but I arrived to the point on my own that I needed to stop. But it was an eye-opening moment for me. So, like, usually, like, towards the end, I would, you know, you're doing a lot, and then I'm at my parents' house, and I'm getting sketched out, and I'm like, dude, I can't.
Right.
I can't do it here. Like, you know, my parents are going to walk in at any moment. So I'm like, all right, so it's the next day. You can't do coke here. Let's go drive around.
Yeah.
And go do coke in the car. And that's what we're going to do. So I'd pull over on these like side streets. I'd do coke in the car. And I'd be like, you can't do this because like now you're drinking and driving and this is sketchy. I'm sketched out.
Yeah.
You know, anybody I see that looks at me, I'm just like, I got to get out of this car.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let's drive around and we'll go to gas stations. And we'll do it in gas station bathrooms. We won't do it in the car.
That's a good idea.
So we started doing that. Eventually, I would hit the same like 4 or 5 gas stations, and like I think that they started to realize like me. Oh, this guy always goes in our bathroom all the time.
Right.
So then I started getting sketched out. I was going to Stu Leonard's and doing it in the bathroom.
Oh wow!
And then they eventually got a security guard there at Stu Leonard's, and
wow.
I cannot help but think that was because of me.
Wow.
So now that's done.
What dicks?
So now that's dumb. And I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, dude, like where can you do blow now? Like where can you know, you're up from the night before, you're cracked out.
Fast food places.
So now I'm like, go on the train. Right, get a 12-pack.
Shit, yeah.
Get a 12-pack, ride the train, do it in the bathroom. Everybody's a scumbag on the train anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone's allowed
There's
to do
no rules on the train.
There's no rules on the train.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's do that. And I did that for a little while. And then I started getting sketched out about that. And I was like, brother, where do you want to do it?
Right.
Because you're out of places. So where the fuck do you want to do? You want to keep doing this shit? You want to keep doing blow and living this life and being a fucking dirtbag? That's fine. Where do you want to do it? And I was like, all right, man, how about this? How about you hop off at Jamaica and you go do coke next to the homeless people at Jamaica Station because that's where you're going.
Right. Holy
that's what
shit.
you're doing. Because no one gives a fuck about those people. There's cops right next to there. So I did that, and I hopped off, and I just got like a few tall boys, and I was just drinking and doing open bumps like on the street.
Wow.
Cops don't give a fuck about those people.
Yeah.
Those people's lives, it's them over here and the dealers over there. and they just go back and forth, and that's what you do all day. You just do coke and you drink on the fucking corner with homeless people, and I did that for like a few times.
Yeah.
And I remember I got there, and like, I mean, I look like a normal person, and like the dealers were like, "What the fuck is this kid doing here?" And like all the homeless people were like, "You all right?"
They get sketched out. Yeah.
No, they were like, "You all right?" Like they could tell that like I was at the beginning of my road to becoming a homeless person.
Oh wow, yeah.
And they were like,
"That's fucking deep."
And they were just like, "Yeah, you don't need to live this life. Like you need to go here." And I'm like, "I can't stop it." And they're just like, "You need to find a way to stop it."
Yeah.
Because you can't do this. And I was like, and then like the first night the dealers didn't come up to me, because I was there all day all night.
Yeah.
And then I'd get the train back home. I'd wake up like, I didn't do it at consecutive days.
Yeah.
Like day after day after day. But I think I did it like 3 times in a matter of like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then after like the third time, the dealers started coming up to me like, "Oh, we're gonna start like selling this kid shit, and he's gonna become one of our guys, and we're gonna pull him into that life." And it really fucking made it real for me. Where I was like, "This is where you're going."
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then that was probably the major turning.
Yeah. That is a pretty crazy like rock bottom story.
Yeah.
Wow. Like homeless people turn it around. Part of it for me was when my dealer was like, "Dude, you need to slow down."
Yeah, I've had dealers do that.
Yeah. Because I just had like the one guy, and he was just like "You all right?" Like, because I was fucking giving this guy, like the money thing bothered me, was like because I like hit him up, and he's like, "Yo, you got to get me before Thursday, because I'm doing a destination wedding in Miami," and I was like, I fucking paid for that.
Yeah.
Like by far, like this dude just got married in Miami. And like I'm working a job, getting like $100,000 a year, and I'm basically just working to, like, I'm a slave, I'm working to give him money, and that fucked with me like big time.
Same thing with me. My dealer went on a trip to Bali.
Yeah.
And he posted Instagram pics, and I was just like, "You paid for like more than half of that."
Easily.
For sure.
Easily.
You probably paid for like 60% of that fucking trip. Dude.
Yeah.
100%.
And like during the pandemic, like I got really used to just like being at home too, because like I got sent home from work because I was like essential, but I was training. So for 3 weeks I just got sent home with pay, and my parents got COVID. I never did, so I was like isolating in my house, and like that was it. I would just stay in my room. And then, like, when they would, like, I would let them, run around the house or whatever the fuck they wanted to do. After they went to bed, I'd go downstairs, play, like, PlayStation and shit. So it's just, like, no one was watching me. And that was, like, I could just get fucked up this entire pandemic.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to last forever. Like, this is just how we live now. I was, like, so excited for it.
Yeah.
But then, like, after I stopped with the dark web, then it always happens like this. Like, I was like, all right, I'm done with this. Like, and then a dealer who I hadn't talked to in like 2 years was just like, "Hey, what's up, man? You good?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, yeah, this is so much easier. I'll get it from this guy." And, that's when I was just like off to the fucking races. Because, like, the dark web is like, okay, but it's like you have to wait for the package, so you have to like time it out. Like, oh, I'm gonna use this amount over the next 4 days, and then I'll get this, and it'll take 4 days to come to my house
because you'll get sick, right?
Yeah. So I that's what you're like fighting against, and then like it just like got to be too much, and it, like my last like run, it just. I didn't lose anything, like I didn't lose my car. I didn't lose my house. I didn't people weren't mad at me. And like, then I did like the fucking DMT.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was just like, you know what? I want to stop. And like, I had intentions of stopping. I did the DMT. And then it was just like, all right, I'm good. I stopped. You know, like it was fucking.
You, man.
It was wild doing DMT and then just like not wanting to go back to drugs.
Shrooms kind of did that to me. It wasn't like a switch like that, but like this voice that I always had in my head, like that's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then it just like it gave the voice a voice, and then it was like, Trav,
it gets louder.
We need to stop doing this.
Yeah.
We need to really like, you know, it's not going to be an overnight switch, but like you need to start working in some type of thing where you're taking steps away from this and eventually stop doing it, because your life is going nowhere.
Because I feel like we all have that voice, but like when you're like getting into that like crazy fucking drug mode, you're just like telling that voice to like shut the fuck up, you know?
I think a big thing with me was when I was also, you know, you're 20, 25, you know, like 27. You're like, I got time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got time to like dick around. Like that was a big thing that I would go to sleep with when I was young. And I'd be like, but then you hit 30 and you're like, I mean, I think I'm out of time.
Right.
I think I'm out of time now.
Yeah. When I hit like 30, people were telling me like, you know, Hugh, it's not cute anymore. You know, like, you know, at first it was like, oh yeah, you know, Hugh's the fucking crazy party guy. You know, like he fucks with like hard stuff. You know, and like it kind of, like no one was like creeped out by it. You know.
Yeah.
Then we start hitting like 30, 35, and people are like, yo, like, what are you doing? You know, like, we're all married. We have kids and fucking careers. You know, like, you're fucking getting fired from jobs and fucking getting arrested and overdosing. You know, like, my last overdose, my friend who's a cop was the guy who responded. Like, one of my best friends from high school. And that was, like, fucking rough, you know?
Oh, my God.
And then there was another time where I left rehab and I had this, you know, like doctor, like psychiatrist to talk to or whatever. And he called me, you know, like we were doing Zoom. And I was there early and like I fucking fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like waiting for him to come on. It was like 7 a.m, you know?
Yeah.
And I had just gotten off of work and I had to wait that hour. And I was like in my gamer chair, and I fell asleep, and the guy heard like a thud in the background or something, like so I knocked something over, like like my phone, and he called the cops in my local area to see if I was like overdosing, which I wasn't. And again, one of my best friends from high school, like a different one, showed up to my house, and I, you know, like I was messed up, but like I didn't even recognize him at first, and it was just like, he's like, yo, it's Jim, like what the fuck? And I'm just like, oh yeah, Jim, what up? And I like dapped him up, and like he's like checking on me, like, and the other guy's like, oh, what the fuck, like you're boys with this guy, like he's a fucking mess. And like that shit like really fucking like hurt, like, oh yeah, these guys are Nassau County cops making God knows how much money, and they're like responding to me, you know, being a menace. It's
you realize it's a big difference the way people look at you in a deli, the morning after,
right,
when you're 21, 25 or something, versus like, you know, when you're in your 30s, and then they're just like, the fuck, you pull together.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
We used to like, we would call it the Levittown bar crawl, and we would hit Miller's, and Miller's would close at 2. Then we would go to this bar called Fatty Malone's.
Oh my fucking God, that place, dude. Yeah,
and we would go there.
That was a den.
Yeah, and we were the locals. We were the people that made it that way, you know?
It was on the corner, right?
Yeah, it was on the corner, and we would go there, and we would stay till 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you know? And then once the deli opened across the street, we would go there and get gigantic egg sandwiches and beers. And we would just fucking keep going like that, you know?
Oh, my God.
And it was fucking wild, you know? But it was like, oh, you know, like people would come in, like, and like you're like 25, and they would be like, oh, you guys are fucking crazy. Like, you're drinking beers. You know, we stayed out all night, man. You know, and people would be like coming in, like, you know, right before work, and they would think it's like funny, and they would be like, "You guys are crazy, man." And then like you start doing it at 30, and people are like, I'm staying away from this guy, man. Like they wouldn't even talk to us.
Yeah, dude, they move away from you.
Yeah.
They don't want to. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is fucking
the only
crazy,
time you
dude.
can do that is like on like a vacation, we're in fucking, I don't know, we're in
Tropical
Mexico,
fucking island, yeah.
but it's yeah, dude, it's
It's depressing, man.
It's depressing, and I was afraid I wouldn't break out of it. I really was.
Yeah.
I really, really was, because I tried everything, and I was like, this is just how I'm gonna die. Like I accepted it. I was like, this is it. This is one day, and and like my family had like, this is how our son's gonna die. Like it was really sad, but like you're wrapped up in it, and you can't get out. And then eventually, something happens. I mean, by the fucking grace of God.
I saw so many people overdose and die, and like I wasn't. So I was like, you know what? This is what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be on these drugs for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna be like this miserable fucking like hermit, because no one's gonna want to talk to me. Whatever. I'm gonna be alone my entire life, and I'm just gonna do drugs and be like this walking fucking living zombie. And I was like, I had like come to like grips with that, and like my dad made me sign like this document that when I die, like all my money goes to my sister and shit, and like shit like that like hit hard. And
because that's real.
That's
like okay, cool, like I've accepted it, here's the paperwork.
And like my dad was like accepting it too, like, all right, when you die, like just fucking sign it over to your sister, man. Because she started having kids, and like I barely saw them, and it was fucking insane.
Yeah, man, but we're better men now.
Yeah, we don't do that shit anymore.
This is a fucking solid episode.
This was a good episode.
This is a really solid episode. I hope people watch this. If you can, guys, share it. Share the fuck out of it.
I'm going to share it.
Yeah, Treading Water Podcast. Guys, follow me at Trav_Grant. I'm going to be at New York Comedy Club tonight at 10. And just follow me, Trav_Grant.
Yeah, follow the fucking guy.
Again, we got the movies. We got the shows. I'm going to be in Texas on the 19th. And also, I'm hosting at the Harrison in Floral Park in June 12th. 12th. June 12th. So if you want to see me rock out over there, I'm all out of order with these things. So tonight, 10 o'clock, New York Comedy Club. June 12th, I'm in the Harrison, 7 o'clock in Floral Park. And then the 19th, I'm in Texas. I'm at Dallas Comedy Club.
That's awesome.
I think I got the part on this thing. I'm going to be filming in Virginia if I get it. They need me to come in this Friday and read for the part. It's a war movie. It's cool.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's going to be shit blowing up all around.
Yeah.
I got to cut the hair, though, fellas.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got to chop it. We got to chop choppy.
You fucking dropping that on me at the end of the episode. We got to talk about this next week. I'll be at the Hopscotch Bottle Shop in Deer Park, June 15th. Mandy Jones asked me to do the show.
That's a fun fucking room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a really fun room.
Yeah, someone dropped out, so I got the spot last minute, and fucking our boy Steve Rocco is going to headline. But, follow me on fucking everything at The Logic. Follow the podcast at Treading Water Podcast. And, man, we'll see you next week.
Guys, deuces.
Thank you.